to your game. Right now, they're still kind of playing that quota, like that developing player mid-long range. And I kind of want to show them, actually, you want to get stronger at playing close-up with Lao. And I showed simple stuff mostly from Wasakon's guide.
Nice.
So, because Wasakon is, arguably the best Lao player in the world. He's the main commentator at the Sega events. And his guide is really good breakdown of how one should play Lao. So yeah, just kind of put him in that direction. And
awesome.
But I did try to start them with easier stuff. The hard stuff I showed was crouch dash. I was like, you're gonna need to learn how to crouch dash, especially with Lao.
Yeah. They'll need to do that for those nice, very damaging combos. Is there anything you're specifically
being able to
working on today, or?
No, I think it's just general play now, and it's really we'll see it as we go.
Okay.
Usually the second set I focus on. I'm trying to figure stuff out, but this is good. Good start. But also just getting up to speed with VF again, So throw becomes very risky there because of my back throw. So this better risk.
Ah, mother. Fuck.
It's still hit. Okay, I didn't expect it to actually hit, so I should know better because you would know. But bad.
Oh, goddamn.
All right, very very fun round. I like that. I forgot that option exists.
Okay. Bring out maybe. I'm not dead, so that's okay. Oh, so risky. Your risky is getting you killed. Both of these last two rounds.
It's okay. It's the first game is usually like that.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Remind.
Yeah, that second round, the end of the second round was a great example of it, of like how, if you played a little safer, you would have won that round, and because it opens you up to so much damage, but it's not always obvious, right? Like you said. So nice. Trying to actively do a better job at making you feel that risk.
Yeah.
Which is hard. It's actually quite hard. Like, it's not easy to do that. It's not trivial to enforce. Ah, fuck. I gotta fix my stick. I forgot. We'll do it after this match.
Okay. Alright.
Surprisingly, I'm doing okay, even without it being set properly, so I'm getting used to it.
I just realized what it was when I watched your stream. It's it's you changing the SOCD settings. Got it.
Yeah, I forgot to change them.
Attacking is different from Virtua Fighter.
One more time, the question? Can you say ask question one more time?
No, I didn't ask the question. I just said that you use a different you use a different SOCD from Tekken and Virtua Fighter. So
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. A punish. A better punish. Nice duck.
Okay, it's a got it.
Too far. And too slow. What is that on block?
It's punishable at least by elbow. We've said it many times, but I think it's actually as much as 15. But it's just that it's crouching.
Oh, so he's considered crouching status during that?
Well, yeah, he's way low to the ground and swiping you. Yeah. And you block low. Yeah.
The KK? The kick? Wait, isn't the second kick safe?
No, I was talking about this.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about that.
When you
I was talking about a different move. Okay. But before you found it.
No.
It's okay. I got it. We were talking about different moves. Damn. Okay.
Remember, full circular.
Yeah.
The second kick is full circular.
I was making a read on that.
Okay.
Do this.
That's right.
It'll put us back to the room because I can't do it fast enough.
I hit the rematch, so.
Oh.
If one person hits the rematch, it'll rematch. Unless the other person literally pulls out. So, yeah. But you can disconnect your controller and do it.
No, I can do it without disconnecting. Just don't skip anything. Okay, we're good. Let's go.
Okay. Alright, cool.
Too slow. Mm-hmm. I want to. Oh no! Are you?
I like that. I like that knife. Almost. I thought I got it. That was really beautiful. Okay, can't do it there. I like how that step in delays. It's like. Nice 4-6B.
Thank you.
It's so good.
Well,
I thought I hit a bird, but I didn't. My hands froze. It's good, good. That was a really, really fun round. Well, I am feeling a bit sharper. Hey, Akai, good to see you. Really good to see you. Yeah, haste. While standing kick is a little tricky because if you still have the down forward direction held at all, you're gonna get the side
Hi,
kick.
Chat, let me know if my levels are okay. If anything's kind of sounding bad, let me know, please. You can fix it.
You know, you're sounding great on my end, so but you always do. Alright.
I had to guess that. So fast. Good choice. Right choice.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. There was like about like 5 different things I was wanting to do there, and I was like, I guess.
Made the right one. Made the right choice there. Good choice. Good job.
Thank you. that would be cool.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. That was
I
great.
was about to regret not doing max damage there. I thought you might have lived
Oh,
there,
that hard.
like by a sliver.
1 damage.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you might not die here. Crap. That was
so
max
good.
damage. Nice block.
So was the attack animation triggering your evade response there?
I didn't evade.
No. Okay, you didn't go for it. Okay, just checking. All right.
Yeah,
So it was like a high attack, basically.
it was a mid.
Okay.
I was elbowing.
Mid attack. Okay.
I didn't think you'd go for a full circuit or high. I was
Yeah.
surprised by you're making choices that don't make a lot of sense to me at the moment. So
Oh no.
I'm getting hit out of my frames. Also,
I can't duck this at all. Should I duck to mitigate damage? Does that work?
you can't duck
in this
that.
backturn
That's
situation?
the only thing guaranteed against him.
Let's see. I just have to guess when you're going for something other than that. So
You break it. Oh, I'm surprised you can get away from that. Let's see. Don't skip. Don't skip.
that was just bad range. That was bad range, yeah. So how to take advantage when you were way off on range.
Yeah, I just didn't think you would be able to backdash it. Oh, shit.
I see. Okay.
Ah, got me backdashing.
Oh, almost full screening out, right? I just need to do one jab.
You're using your Tsubaki
Just
now.
one
I like
jab.
that.
Thanks. Well, I've been trying to get a feel for when a possible high comes out. It's hard.
Does it only get high
But
punch?
I've
I
been
feel like it's
wanting to
high
work
and
on
mid.
Well, I've been trying to land that thing for a long time. Today's the only time where I'm actually landing them more. So.
Well, does it land?
Yeah.
Does it only get high punches, or can it? I thought it can get mids too.
No.
Only
That
highs?
specific Sabaki.
Yeah,
it
that,
can do full
yeah.
circular
That nothing
highs.
else. That specific Sabaki. I don't care about other moves. That Sabaki. What is it Sabaki?
Yeah.
Just high,
High
punches,
punches and
or high kicks as well?
Nope. High punches and elbows. It will lose to kicks.
High punches and elbows. It will lose the kicks. I'm just confirming
Yeah.
because I can't always hear you, right? Okay, cool.
Is- Nice Nitro.
Thank you.
It was great.
Why are you attacking her?
That should be a ring out. Yes.
had to test it. That was unfortunate for me. Nice.
Thanks. I did the non-guaranteed thing. That was so bad. I was so happy I got it. That I went for. I don't know why my hands went down.
I'm surprised it
rest
gets
is
full
guaranteed.
circulars. A lot of sabakis don't catch full circulars. That's what throws me off. I'm doing a full circular high.
Yep. I know. That's what makes that particular one good.
Yeah, I've had folks say you can't sabaki full circulars, which is just blatantly false. That's not the case.
No. It's more about which sabakis they're thinking about, right? And so people are simplifying in their minds, but it's like actually it's move to move.
Yeah.
Sabaki to sabaki. Right? Like Brad has got like a mid kick sabaki. He can't sabaki high kicks, right? So it's like I didn't realize that like high kicks don't work, or high kicks will beat his kick sabaki.
Yeah,
right?
it's just a mid kick sabaki, just mid. It's all it gets. Okay, you look at the character. Too early.
I was like, you whiffed and I didn't cancel my evade. So-
Okay.
so good.
Too early? I don't know why I'm losing there. I'm hitting a button. That's frustrating.
That was punishable.
Nice evade.
Thanks. But yeah, that 9K was punishable, right? So.
I think it was side
Was that
turn. I'm
9K?
not entirely sure if I was or not in that moment.
Oh,
A lot happened very quickly there, so I'm not sure. If I was side turn, it's not punishable. Or if you were side turn, I should say. Ha!
Nice. Neutral's always lethal, man. That's weird.
Really? Huh. Okay. Come on, bro. That's not. That's just elbow.
Nice tuck into evade.
Yeah, I'm frustrated by that though. There's like an extra 2 frames delay today. That's why I'm getting counter hit out of my 3P. The elbow instead. Sucks. Sucks.
3. Okay.
My 3P beats that. You can't elbow, and what you're doing doesn't work. So I'm very frustrated by it. Like,
Usually 3P will beat Leon's uppercut.
it will beat it every time. Because you don't have the frames to do that. You're a Bahrain.
No, it's not about... 3P is a weird move. You can see it in offline when it beats even
I mean
Brad's
my
uppercut.
3P, not yours. Mine.
Leon's 3P is a really weird hitbox move.
It works
And so
offline all the time.
sometimes-
I never have this problem. I know what's going on. It's fine. We have delay. It's alright. We'll talk about it.
I can tell you offline, same thing.
I've never had this
Ever
problem
since
offline.
VF2. Because you haven't fought my Leon as much offline.
Okay.
Like, no, seriously. People don't use the uppercut as often as I do. like for this specific reason. And the Texas Leon does, but only in the moral scene. He uses it in the moral way. He doesn't use it as a Mari.
Yeah, you're
Leon's
elbowing.
uppercut. That's why
You elbow, it blocks, and then you go an uppercut.
elbow. Like you can message you upon asking about Leon's uppercut. Just do that.
It is weird. I understand it's a weird move, but like I don't think this is one of those situations. I just don't.
It's okay, but you can ask anyways, even if you don't think so.
Okay. About like this specific situation that I'm pretty confident about and understanding about.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'll ask. I don't want to waste his time on that.
No, you can. It's not. It doesn't. It only takes him 3 seconds to think about it and give you an answer. You're just afraid that he might tell you Leon's uppercut is a bullshit move.
No, I'm really not. I don't want to waste his time with a basic question about does Eileen's 3P when Lion does elbow get loose at Lion's uppercut? I don't want to like.
That's your
ask
opportunity.
that kind of a question. I can just go in training mode and find that out. Like it's.
Trust me, it's hard to do in training mode. Because
Wait, what,
is
so what are you doing
weird.
exactly?
I'm saying that it's a situation that you can't test as well, and even Shiropon just kind of just admit sometimes it's gonna do weird shit, and it's very frame dependent, meaning like a little tiny variation makes it work, and a tiny variation makes it not work. That's what he's saying by it's frame dependent.
So the situation I'm talking about specifically, I'm being hyper specific here, okay? So you elbow, I block it.
Yeah.
You do your uppercut. You're telling me that is where you're doing this?
Yeah.
That's the specific case. That's what I'm talking about. Nothing else.
No, and like I'm saying, I'm doing it against a variety of moves, and it works.
I know, but I'm not asking
moves.
that.
Yes,
That's not my question. That's not like what I'm talking about. That's why we're misunderstanding each other. I'm talking about that one specific situation, nothing else. I get it.
Okay.
It's different in other situations. I just want that one specific spot is what I'm talking about.
That's why, but it's okay.
I get
I'm
what you're
just saying
saying.
that,
I'm
like,
just, we're talking about different situations. I agree with you. It does do bullshit in other situations. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about this specific one that I do understand.
Gotcha.
You can check it in training mode. It's like not that hard.
Leon's uppercut is harder to do in training mode. Again,
After elbow? After a blocked elbow?
If you delay a little bit, it might work. And then if you don't delay, it might not work.
If you have your elbow blocked by an opponent, and you're saying your variation in doing your uppercut will change whether my 3P will hit you?
Yeah. I'm just saying, if something's off by a little bit, that uppercut will just work a little more, or maybe not. It's the variance is really strong, right? That's what I'm saying. But it's okay. Like, it's okay. I don't want to fight over it. Offline, I have to explain to people, like, why did that thing work? Over and over. It's like, but it's okay. It's okay.
Because we're talking about different things here a little bit.
We are, but I'm also.
But then we don't need to argue about that because I'm not asking for those other things. That's why we're like having an argument.
Okay.
I'm not asking about that.
Yeah. I'm just saying it's possible.
I understand it's possible, but that's not what I'm asking about. Okay. Just answer the question, and like we don't have to argue about other stuff. I agree with you on the other stuff.
You're saying it's possible except this one situation because you're saying we've labbed it.
Well, I'm saying
yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, this is a move that has, because of its hurtbox property, is one of those things where there's enough variables to make it a little chaotic. Even in situations that look less chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have to deal with that, it's possible.
So you've lapped this situation with the elbow thing?
No, I'm just saying that I've done it enough times against people to win.
Uh-huh.
You like 3 times today.
Yeah. That's why I'm doing elbow instead of 3
It
feet
happened.
now.
Yeah.
I'm using a slightly faster move.
Yeah. And sometimes that'll work and sometimes it won't because it'll depend like move to move, frame to frame.
Right, but in one specific situation, it won't vary. It works in certain situations, not others. I'm only doing it in situations where it will work.
Okay.
Like that, there's no variability there.
But then you're like, why is it working?
Why is what working? In the other situations?
What?
Or you mean why is what I'm doing working?
Why are you getting upset because it's working?
I'm not getting upset because it's working. I'm getting upset because you're not answering my question, and then you're like giving me we're talking about something else. I'm like, dude, I'm not asking about that. That wasn't the question.
Okay. Then we are. All back to misunderstanding.
Okay, yeah.
Because I still don't follow.
I understand. It's okay. It's okay. I think like sometimes when you like talk on the side of what I'm talking about, it's not clear to me whether you understand what I'm asking or saying. So like we get in these discussions that like kind of go around in circles. It gets kind of awkward. I'm like,
right.
So I don't know if you heard me. That's the problem. That's where I get frustrated. I'm like, dude, do you hear what I'm saying? Or something else?
It's okay.
Okay.
It's like I think I know what you're talking about.
Well, if you don't know, just ask. Like, that's fine if you don't know what I'm saying. I'd rather you ask.
That's why I keep saying I think it's a situation where the answer is not as concrete, but I think you believe it is a situation where it's very concrete.
I do.
And that's why it's frustrating. And that's why I'm like, we're just agreeing to disagree on this. We could be misunderstanding exactly the detail, but we're also in the middle of sparring.
We are.
It's like, it's not helping much. But it's also like, even if we weren't in the middle, I think we would still disagree, and that's why I'm saying, okay, I'll agree to disagree on it. Because you're gonna be like, it's gonna be the leg, it's gotta be the leg, and then I'll do it over and over again.
But you can just
and
test
I'll do
it,
and then I'll tell you, I'll see it. You know, and it's just like, no, but this is a move I've had a lot of people have tried to test, and it's also a move that even Showdown had trouble testing.
Nice. I was so afraid of your back PP there.
Yeah,
I was hoping you wouldn't be able to, because like I was hoping you could push far enough away.
Yeah, I see.
Because he kind of hops back a little bit and he ducks under. It's an awkward kind of animation. Nice. Nice. Oh.
Okay, there. Oh, you did spin fall. That's good. They did cancel. But I did wait, so.
Nice.
Ah, it guarded. Guarded.
Good way to punish. Unfortunate for me.
Very good game. Very fun set.
Yeah, good set. You're giving me a rough run here. Making it hard to hit you.
I'm trying. But I enjoyed that very much. Let's see here. Okay, let's try it.
Set up.
What was that? I heard a weird. Was that you?
What?
Okay.
Nothing?
I heard like a robot sounding like.
Oh, I didn't. It might be my sound system, potentially. I am playing some electronica style, like robotic sounding things in the background.
How to?
You're in that awkward kind of state.
Understood.
You didn't combo properly.
Alright, let's see.
Yeah, that fast enough? You're probably fine.
No?
No, you're fine. You're fine. I had to change the combo. And I wasn't sure
I need to
where my body was, so I couldn't change it on the fly.
I see.
It's really hard to change combos on the fly. Like, when I'm not entirely.
is.
It's just hard. It's just hard. It's hard to do.
But it's hard in that situation specifically. It's
Yeah.
really hard. When it's a ring positioning thing, it's like, oh, yeah.
Because if you're wrong,
it's really really tough.
Because if you're wrong, you ring yourself out. Like, so you go from winning to losing, you know. So you have to be right. You have to know. You can't just like wing it and expect to be consistent. You got to know exactly. This is how exactly this works. This is why I'm using it the way I'm using it. I didn't react.
Oh, got it.
That was a big read.
I was desperate. I mean, I was like slipping out.
Good choice.
I've got 2G.
Oh, the dash up got killed.
No, it's good. It's like, oh, I should have had it in this. It's showing me like a situation I'm not prepared for, and it's pretty close. So I'll figure that out. Is this ring up?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be against other characters, but he's light enough, apparently.
Yeah. This is a yeah. Love that monkey. Yeah. I crop dash under you and then the throw caught me. It's really cool.
Yeah, was that the uppercut? There?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I did a cross dash. I was intending to do an uppercut there. I didn't do it yet though.
Yeah, I've seen that throw interact in that kind of a way against a couple of lions. Like, he gets down for like a few frames and he gets back up. Her throw would catch him out of some of those things, some of the time.
It's because of that. Yeah, it's because of his hitbox being behind, right? Like,
right.
Further back.
Right.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Ah, shit. Okay. Nice waiting.
Oh.
Great choice going for the mid there instead of the high. Ah. Nice. Oh, that's unfortunate. That doesn't work. You know that already. Ooh. That's new. Didn't know that.
One good way to use that sidekick. Using your sidekick spacing.
Yeah, I have to duck it if I want to enforce the anti-backdash there. Thank you, Gamer Boy. Appreciate it. This is my work fit. So this jacket's not from work. This is more of a fancy jacket. I decided to wear it tonight because it looked nice to camera. I was too slow. I was too slow in the cancel.
We're finding a lot of fun variations today. I do think we're going to develop certain fun stuff in this matchup today. Man.
I didn't think you'd do that. Yeah, there you go. Out.
Yeah, always remember. Crouch and sweep.
Okay. Okay.
Nice, meaty. Trying to
huh? Oh, you tried to evade?
No,
I'm
no,
not
it
always
was a
sure.
meaty. I think that one was a meaty.
Okay.
Because I let go of God way early, and so I tried to evade because I was just like that. And so I did try to evade, and the evade did not. So I was like, it's meaty.
Cool.
So
that's the only way I ever know that they're meaty if my opponent tells me, because I don't always know. I'm trying.
Yeah.
But I don't always get it right, because it's a hard move to meaty time consistently. Call me out. The call out.
Yeah, this finisher is too risky though. I need to do something that was going to push you without getting blown up.
Mm-hmm. Do more there.
I need to cancel more if I evade. That's good.
Huh. How fast is that move? Good shit.
We finally... I'm just like, okay, but do something that's going to be equitable.
Yeah, you need to punish it. So I was like, he's not punishing it. I'm just going to keep doing it until he does something so I can get through. He's not going to,
A better punishment.
Yeah.
This is really hard to do.
It is super hard.
How many frames? 17?
The attack,
Is
yeah,
17 frames?
17 frames. Like a regular knee. Yep.
Minus 17 on block?
No, 15.
Minus 18?
15. 17 frame move.
Yeah, that's right.
Like Jeffrey's,
Yeah, so
like Jeffrey's knee.
That's punishable. That's minus 13. Right?
Oh, what? I was too late. Damn it.
Punish for 9k is freaking iPoke PK.
Yeah.
It's so hard. You could do 4k, but I have to premeditate that. It's too hard. Yeah, respect the 9k. We got it. then believe.
Okay.
Alright, nice. And
Thank you.
oh, nice cancel.
Really? Oh.
No. It's gonna repeat it because 9P is so good. Too predictable.
Yeah, because after a break, you're -3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After which one?
After a throw break, it's -3, right? Or is it?
I don't actually know. I've always assumed it was like a.
I'm pretty sure it's -3. But when you're side turned like that after the break, I think you end up being -6. Because you're effectively side
Probably.
turned during it. I know I deal with that all the time because my throws mostly end up being side turn when they're broken. Oh, crap.
Nice.
9P's doing work for me by the edge.
It's doing so much work, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so busy to. I'll work on it. Working on it, but.
-15. -15, -15, -15. Eye poke. Eye poke. It feels so far away, but it would hit. Like, it does, it just
Right.
hits. Doesn't make any sense, but it just hits. Out?
Yeah. What are we talking about for iPhone?
What was that thing you said just now?
No, why are we talking about iPhone now?
Wow. Oh, because you did
So
that
I thought
move that was eye poke punishable. It's -15, right? Or was it only 13?
Yeah.
The full circular mid of yours? That's eye poke punishable, right? Or is it only
yes.
13? Yeah, 15. I thought so. Yeah.
13.
13. Oh, so not eye poke. Okay. So that wouldn't have worked anyway. Ooh.
Oh, it's 19. Good.
Tip. Mm-hmm.
Round 2. Ready, go!
We're waiting to the back or to the front. It's really interesting. Okay. Very interesting. Okay. Are you trying? I don't think I'm even doing those moves now. Okay, let's go to that.
Good breaks.
Thanks.
Too early. Ooh, okay. That's a totally legit thing to do.
Okay, I forgot. It's just
-8? I want to say 8. I don't want to lie to you though. It's 8 or 7. It's one or the other.
okay. So it's a Nitaku. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why. That's really cool.
Yeah, I can't use my my 4-6P to get under your jab from -7 against because your jab's too fast. I can only do it from -6, I think. I might be wrong. I'm like forgetting a couple of these specifics here. 7s and 8s are hard for me to memorize. I don't remember all of those. It could be I can't get under your jab from -8, and the rest of the cast I can do it from -7. I think that's how that works. Can I carry you? Can I carry you?
Yeah.
Those throws are getting you.
The throws are punishing me, yes. My throws are
Yeah, they're
punishing
getting
me.
you killed by the edge. Mm-hmm. Oof. Oof. That was just how far you go. Okay. Okay. The fuck? Okay. Whatever. Oh, so wild. Mm-hmm. Good break. Great break. That's hard as fuck.
Trying.
No. Too late. What is going on? Weird. Nice.
I like that.
Go into the air. Hmm.
That's what really got me. I did tell myself to hold guard, but I think it got me already. I'm like, ah, dang it.
Yeah, I typically don't do that follow-up anyway. I typically do something else. Which I tried to, but I canceled too late. So that came out. So I didn't want to do that. It just happened.
Round one. Ready, go!
That. Too late.
Knockout. Round two. Ready, go!
Too late. Character. Nice. I see why you're throwing that.
Nice.
I see there. I see why you're doing that now.
Round three. Ready, go!
Can't get bad.
Okay. Too low, too slow. Nope.
I'm like, that can stagger break.
I was surprised you got that first time. It's very hard.
Oh, I thought I was gonna get that.
Well, no, too far. Yep. Break that shit, please. It's so hard to break those. Good breaking, blocking. Good blocking. Ah, you went for that. Okay.
You know, but I really love Eileen's cancel game. It's really good.
Yeah, I've had to improve it because of how you're responding to certain things. So that's great. You just tonight. Literally tonight I changed my cancel approach because of how you're responding to certain thing, and I now see some other options that are available to me that I wasn't really exploring before. Thank you.
After that first hit, is the whole thing guaranteed?
It's guaranteed after the first hit, yeah. You only get set free if I fuck up. At that point.
Oh, that's so nice.
Oh,
Guaranteed. But I was surprised it was a normal hit.
bring out, please. Nope. I had to do a different version. The tip of my foot just missed. That was counter hit. I knew there was a risk that it wouldn't hit, but I was like, well, I mean, it should work. It was counter hit. Nah, too far. Doesn't work on the tip. Mm-hmm. So. Oh wow, there's some up there.
Hesitated, but I think you will still hit me.
Are you negative?
Yeah.
13
I'm
after
2
that?
minus.
Are you punishable
I'm
after
minus
after I
quite a
block
bit.
those two? Or just Ntaku?
Punishable.
It's punishable?
I don't think it's. I think it's Ntaku. I think it's Ntaku.
Okay. I've never blocked it. That's why I was like, I don't know exactly what I am here. This doesn't typically happen.
I think it's Ntaku. I think it's -6, but
Okay.
but it's weird because it's also like -1 hit or something. So it's like you know,
Lion being lion.
it might be guaranteed, but I don't think it is. But if it is, we should start punishing it. So, you know.
Yeah. And they're both mids, right? It's mid, not mid high.
It's mid high.
It's mid high. Okay. Supposed to duck it then.
No, that looks like a mid.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. I think it does look like a mid high. I tried to duck the second part. Good block.
I'll start trying to do 8KK whenever I block something like that. But
Yeah.
there we go.
One Ntaku, it's not punishable. Okay.
I like that does damage against everything.
Out.
Not having too much fun this second. Alright, let's try this. Improve Twitch early. I just did a lecture about that.
Tried.
All these throw attempts are getting throwing me. So I gotta
They
work on
are.
that.
They really
Very
are.
good.
I get why you're throwing me though. At first I was like, why is he throwing me so much? I keep borrowing him for it. But then later on I understood.
Because I was conditioned by your movement, so.
Right, it was the movement. The movement was doing it to you. Okay, let's do one more first to 5. It's
Okay, sounds good.
okay. Yeah, I think you're using throw to try and stop me from evading around you.
Yeah, something like I think so.
Yeah.
But again, have to adjust the other way too. So, but I appreciate this session so much. This
Yeah,
is going well.
Fast half circular would stop what I'm doing. If you know which direction I'm gonna go. Like that.
Yeah.
That's the answer. Not throw. Nice.
Come on, should just come for it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Did you evade or is that ducking?
Right, but I ducked.
Okay.
Couldn't evade that.
Should have been able to. Wasn't counter hit. Oh, I wasn't expecting the counter hit there.
Oh, it doesn't work.
Oh my god.
I see.
Please. Finish him. Nothing weird happened, please. Thank you. So much weird shit keeps happening, so I'm like, just please nothing weird happen during this combo. And I just end like a regular combo. I just play out normally. Oh.
Okay. Her Superman punch.
Yes.
Mid or
Mid.
it's a high, right?
Mid. No, it's
shit,
mid.
that's
It's mid.
why, okay.
Hers is mid.
Vanessa, it's not Vanessa. Okay.
Plus
I tried to
3
do what
and
you
a
do
mid.
against Vanessa. I tried to Sabaki it, so.
Oh. That makes more sense.
Yes, but you're not Vanessa.
No.
It's like you are not Vanessa.
I hit the wrong direction. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe it. Nice.
Oh, it's so
I
weird.
knew that was going to be weird. Hit. To the wall. You want it.
Mhm.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Okay, gotcha. Back. I always forget that backwards. I always forget this for a while through.
Yeah, hers is back. Yours is back too, right? Is it?
Forward for me.
Yours is forward. Okay. So I've been free to that. Free to your forward throw.
Forward throw are in the wall situation. He always wants to do forward throw for all of the throws that he has.
Okay. Ah.
But ring circle back. At the very edge of ring out, have circle back because the escape would also push them out of the ring.
Right, but his wall. I'm asking about his wall throw. It's back, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought I was gonna get that.
Mm.
Yeah, respect. Respect. Mm.
Is that AK?
No,
Okay.
I don't remember what it.
I was hoping it was, because I'd be very happy if it was. Wishful thinking on my part.
I'm too desperate there. I see a whiff and I want to hit, but I'm not close enough to hit. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to use your
Oh,
aggressiveness
that's-
against you there.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Good point.
Okay.
Mm. Yep. Yep. I told myself not to, and then I did it.
Mm.
Good game. Good game.
Yeah. Threading that needle. It's very hard to
good.
punish you.
Yeah.
It's very hard to punish your style. It requires a very exacting approach. And if I'm like off by just a hair, I get blown up. But that's been our sets the entire time. Like, it still feels like that. It felt like that when we started. It still feels like that now.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. Nice line cut.
Oh, I don't want it.
Being too desperate. Too desperate.
Mm.
Yeah, nice punch at the timing.
Thank you. I'm plus there
Good
too.
set.
Yeah, good set.
Thank you very, very much, Vicky. I really appreciate all this, and it's really good battles,
Yes.
really good
Yeah.
training, and
Um, right before we end, can we test one thing real quick, just for my own sanity? If that's okay with you?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I appreciate you supporting the sanity of my mind.
Which situation was it?
Do your elbow, and then go into your uppercut.
Okay.
right afterwards.
Okay. All right.
Just like that. Yep.
Okay. Okay. So
So yeah, do your vary
most of
your
the time,
timing
this should.
how you would like to.
Okay. All right.
Oh, it's a move.
Because I was doing this.
But just that one situation, not others. Yeah.
Right, but
Just-
this is
But that's
this
something
is where
else.
you're losing it.
Okay, so you want to do
Okay,
all
but
three?
this is
You want to go
I'm just saying
jab,
that's where you were
elbow,
losing.
then do it? Like that?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
that?
your uppercut would work, but I also think you were late because of other reasons.
Yeah. Well,
But yeah,
okay. Yeah, I hear you. I just.
yeah, but you're right. In this third situation, being frame tight, this should do it.
Right. That's all. Okay. That's my sanity check. That's it. That's all I wanted to see.
Okay, but uppercuts it does beat actually, and so
I
it's
couldn't hear
weird.
you.
But
Some
it's
words
also,
dropped out. What?
Yeah. What I'm saying though is that against some other characters, there are situations where it wins against the uppercut. It's weird, and
Like
so
that one?
it's like, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like Eileen's shoulder. Same kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah. No,
not
well-
exactly the same, but it works
Yeah.
similarly. I mean, do you want to
Right,
try
right.
after
It's
jab,
like what-
elbow, then do it? Because that might change things. It really might. Do you want to do that and then I'll do it? Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
no. Talking about there's many reasons you could have been late. So, and I know there's a specific reason you believe you were late, but I think that there's many reasons you were late. So, but I was just saying, but there's also like it beats Brad's uppercut, and then but then it doesn't if like he does a slight change. Like if he delays, it beat his uppercut wins. It's really weird. So I was like, you know,
Right. But this isn't one of those situations.
right.
Right. That's
Okay.
that.
So
That's
yeah,
what I was trying to
So-
communicate. This isn't that situation.
yeah, your uppercut
I
should-
had tested this before. That's why I
If
was
you-
like, this doesn't work. Okay, like I know we're arguing about this.
right.
I know how this works.
Okay.
But it's fine. It's fine. And now we I'm trying to bring you out so we can. Now we know.
Okay.
Don't. So the only reason I wanted to really make that point super clear is because you're playing really risky. Like that's
I know.
what's killing you.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So like that's maybe part of why you're playing in the way you are because it works. Like in certain characters, certain moves, very specific situations, and not in others. Just like my
And it
shoulder
was what-
does.
Like I'm agreeing with your point,
Yeah.
but I'm also going to say that a couple times. So under the situation, it worked. But you're right. If it's frame tight, it's not going to work, and that's
Right.
why ultimately I need to do that.
Yeah.
Then I'd also have to say again that has weird things. If it's side turn, I don't know how that changes it.
It changes
That's
it a whole
right, you
bunch. Oh fuck! Yes, does it change it a whole bunch? You know that?
Yeah.
No, yeah. The side turn, hell yeah. That's totally different.
But it's well, yeah, but it's also not winning just because of the frames, though. I'm saying like this move does some weird shit. So yeah.
Right. Well, then figure out what the shit does so that when you get hit out of it, I got hit out of it because this doesn't work here, as opposed to I got hit out of it because, I don't know why, right? Because I do see
Right.
you use that move a lot, and I get why because it like works in a lot of weird situations. And so what I did in our
Yeah.
set later on is I did moves that I knew would beat it, and
Yeah,
just when I
right.
felt like you were gonna get desperate, you throw that move out, I get a counter hit, and I just kind of run my mix afterwards. So
Yeah.
I get that you want to make an aggressive style work. At the same time,
Yeah.
I think you're not adjusting to
Yeah,
being punished, and like
right.
I know you like that move. It's a good
Okay.
move. I'm not saying don't use it, but I am saying you have to know when it's not working and to stop. Like you have to know that.
I think you saw me did slow down using that move in the second set.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that I was using it for while it was working,
Yes.
and threw you up a few times.
Yes.
Now you made the adjustment, and then I did make the adjustment too. But you're correct that like I am overusing it because if it's getting punished a few times, that's a lot. So, and I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, like on
But
OP,
I
you
was just saying that,
sometimes
like-
throw into that.
But-
Like,
in the
I see
first
you
set,
on. Yeah, go ahead.
the two reasons. First reason is because it was working.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the reason to use it. The second reason was to just basically we're testing it out while we're fighting.
Yeah.
So I was like, and so okay, if this move is driving you nuts, let's keep working on it. So and that is what I'm gonna do in a sparring session. So, but yeah, but I do hear your points, and you're right. Like in this -5 situation from the elbow,
Why are you throwing a
specifically,
15 frame
like,
move
yeah.
out when I'm throwing an elbow in front of you? Right. Like it should only take like maybe twice
yeah, when you
for you to realize that like I'm gonna do this to you and to stop trying it and try something else consistently. Like
Yeah,
believe
so-
that I'm going to do it
Yeah,
on
yeah.
frame.
Oh.
I'm gonna frame perfectly, attack you, and like, I'm not gonna wait. I'm just gonna hit you.
yeah.
So like, you also have to
Yeah.
kind of respect your opponent in that sense. In that like, I'm not gonna mess that up.
Right. But I think I'm not always using it. Later on, of course, I'm still going to use the move. It's one of Leon's best moves.
Yes.
But now, I was trying to use it in different situations. And most of the time, not to cheat on the elbow. Usually, my objective is, I think the opponent is delay attacking.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so, now sometimes I'm tilted. So I'll do it more when I'm tilted.
Yeah.
But I do, but I do hear you, and I'm working on, I think the big takeaway, of course, is if this move is definitely the thing that's being countered, change that up. But in today's case, the throw was being countered a lot, and the throw was really becoming like my huge weakness, like the thing that I really was priority one to fix today. But I'll definitely rewatch the matches to see how much I was losing because I was using uppercut. Because I think that's a big point. It's a really important point. I didn't see it. So I'll watch it to get myself to understand that I was losing because of uppercut.
Well,
But I
at
definitely
one
was
point,
losing because of throwing.
that too. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. And I was definitely...
sorry. Go. I'll let you finish.
Oh,
I'll go after.
Also, very specific situations, I'm going to do a low punch, even when I run up to you. And you started blowing that up too. And so I know I got to work on that because if I was going to attack. And so maybe attack was not the answer, but if attack was going to be it needed to be a mid attack, like an elbow in that situation because it was just gave you a free 9K. When you get 9K on throw, it's kind of a mix, right? It's one is that, well, okay, that's just an application of skill and a correct guess. That's good. But if I'm repeatedly throwing, that's a problem. But the thing that was a lot of time, it's also, I like recognizing that like your 4-6P near the ring out zone is awesome, right? Like 4-6P, Eileen's 4-6P near the ring out's awesome because it's going to cover a high, which is a typical response when someone's back is to the ring out. It's going to beat the throw, and so I thought it was really good. I thought for me that's tricky. That one's a scary one because if I go low punch, then I'm going to lose tonight. Then 9P was your other thing, right? So 9P 4-6P creates a really good combination, not together, but as two different moves that really can get Eileen that ring out. It's so good. So I really liked learning it the hard way. So yeah.
Yeah. I can. So I'll give you some insight on the 4-6P and the 9P by the edge. I can also give you some
Okay.
insight on your throw usage. Because
Yeah.
I knew when you were going to throw. Like I knew exactly when you were going to throw me. Because of a couple of like other contextual cues that you would give that weren't being mixed
Yeah.
up. So, which I get, you were worrying about like a lot of things at the same time. So like, but like that's why I knew you were going to
Okay.
throw, or do a low.
Got-
So like, you, when pressured, specifically by the edge of the ring, will either
Yeah.
do a 8K, you might do a sweep,
Okay.
you might do a 4
Okay.
PP, which 4 PP will fuck me up, but you don't do that a lot, like from neutral.
Yeah.
You'll do that after you block one of my moves. So if you block, for instance, my 3P, 3P was one of my like go-to moves versus you this set later on because you were sabaking my high punches a lot, and what that requires me to do is throw mids at you. So 3P, and then or elbow. I would 3P elbow you by the edge of the ring, right? This is how I'm making this particular read because of your reactions to this specific situation. Is
Okay.
you'd either want to back PP me, thinking I'm going to do the full circular high, cancel, totally legit. Today, I figured this out. I didn't have this answer before, but I figured it out during our set. Is that that move is really unsafe on evade. So I can 3P. I'm only -5. I can fuzzy guard there. So I can fuzzy guard, ECED. If you do that mid, I'll block it because it's slow enough to be blocked. And if you do a bigger attack like your 8K, I'll evade it,
Yeah.
and then I can launch you.
Yeah. It's a.
So let me finish because like there's like a whole. I want to give you the full set so you understand the
Okay.
context. Because that part's important for like how they want to know when you throw me. So you do those two things anywhere in the ring. Didn't matter where we were, right? But by the edge of the ring, you were more likely to throw a sweep at me, a low sweep specifically, because I'm guessing you didn't want me to step you. Makes sense. But I started blowing that up because I need to block it. So here I am
Yeah.
throwing 3Ps at you in your face. I'm fuzzy guarding, evade, dash canceling in front of your face after you block that. So like, it's limiting your options. So I was guessing you're trying to stop me from evading. So that's what I was making the read up. I was trying to show you the evade in a way that wasn't really risky for me.
Okay.
And then when I saw you dash up, because you tend to dash when you want to throw.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would say if you're gonna throw, just throw. Don't dash. Just do it. If it whiffs, it whiffs.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's scarier. Right?
Okay.
But that's how I knew when you would throw me, because by the edge of the ring, you tended to go for lows, or if I had you in a block string
Okay.
cancelable spot, you would do 4 PP, which I could evade. And if I couldn't do that, then you'd do a low or a throw. So I would just 9B it. So it was more of a habit check.
Right.
If you'd done a faster mid, because the other problem with 8K and 4PP is that they're relatively slow. So if I just elbow you, I'll knock you out of that, even when you make your turn, which is the other thing I would do. So I would abare because I knew you'd use these 3 classes of moves that were relatively slow that would lose to that abare attempt. So your elbow would have beaten me. Just your plain elbow would have stopped all of that. But you seem to have come to that realization on your own for other context. I just wanted to give you even more context as to why elbow would solve a lot of the things I was doing to you by the edge of the ring.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much for that explanation. Yeah, a lot of sense, and that is a lot of value. And it is telling me how desperate I am, I guess, in near the ring out zone too, because using the slower attacks is because I kind of want like a bigger result. But again, the elbow is very clean, and there's a lot that can be done, and I can counter hit the elbow to do the bigger stuff.
Right.
So,
Get the counter
yeah.
hit, then do your big shit. Get that counter hit.
So I think that's a big strategic adjustment that needs to be made too. Is that I need the counter hit if I really want to get out of there, especially when fighting you. And the safest way to do that is basically with the elbow. No punch, really risky, against your Eileen. High punch is risky. It's really risky, but less risky than the low punch. But it is really risky. You know.
Yeah.
But the being 11 frames helps it. But again, the elbow is just cleaner, and so an elbow counter hit is sufficient. You know, for those conditions to get out of there. And then, but also the desperation throw. Yeah. Normally, you're right. I think. Normally, I do try to mix in dash-ins with the mid, but the problem is, I think I've become afraid of, like, let's say crouch dash into uppercut, because I think you're actually capable of punishing that on evade. But again, you're like, well, yeah, elbow, you know, and so, you know, and that's much safer. The situation's manageable, so I will work on that a lot, and yeah, and so I think that managing that, it's like I feel like I'm a cool character near the edge of the ring, but I feel like I'm getting desperate when I'm just doing these things. So that's thank you very much for pointing that out.
Yeah, and you don't just do them by the edge of the ring to be like crystal clear.
No,
Is this an edge of the ring situation? Just your options become more limited by the edge of the ring. You
I
tend.
think, well, one thing that
You want to go? You want me to go?
Go ahead.
Either way. Okay. Yeah. You tend to those three options that back PvP during my block strings, 8K, 3K, sometimes half circle forward P, that low circular.
Yeah.
Those tend to be your go-to moves in neutral when we're both around like, you know, -2, -5, maybe even. When they're all like, except for your 3K, though, you know, your 3K is 17 frames. Yours is slow, actually. Yeah, they're all kind of slow moves. So,
Well, yeah, they are so.
yeah, you have to earn those moves. You can't just throw them out. That's why you have to either block one of my moves that's that's -6 or worse, which I do. You're blocking a ton of my moves that are -6 or more. Then you can throw those moves out. But if you're gonna do them at like -2, -3, you haven't earned the right to use that move yet. You're gonna get blown up for it. And that's to be like much more specific. Like when Nero and I tell you you're being risky, that's what we mean. The move choices are fine. It's when they're being used. You can't use them at -3. You got to get to -7 or 8 or 7 or 8. Actually, 7 or 8. Either one of those is fine. Okay. And then do that. Then those mixes are really fucking scary. The moves are great. Yeah, they're great moves.
I'll work on that for sure.
Yeah, I fear when you start to do that because suddenly it'll be much harder to block.
There is a side project, but again, I think I need to work on what you're saying first before that side project is really, like, the side project can be a small side project, but what you're talking about takes priority, which is utilizing the frames better. But after utilizing the frames better, the side project was trying to understand your evade logic was really hard for me to follow. And that's good. That's really good. Like, it confused the hell out of me. I was just like, because I don't think I was surprised how often you would evade to the front. And like, and you would even do it in like repeatedly. So that's like caused me to really be confused a bit. And then when I switched to like the other way, then I was surprised when you evaded that. So I was really surprised by that. Let's assume it's a Yomi read, but I was really surprised because I think I was doing a sequence I don't actually normally do, but maybe I have been doing without knowing it because I'm using them in a different context. So there was maybe a string of games where I was trying to see if I could half circular you. It's more like as a challenge to myself, but also to try to understand what's going on. But I was really surprised how well you evaded. But maybe it's the slowness of the attacks too, and yes. I don't know if that's it.
It's the latter. It's the slowness of the attacks.
Okay, so you actually you're running back based on the attack animation.
Can you say it one more time? I lost you an important word. What was that?
This is for real. Say your prayer.
You are evading based on the attack animation sometimes?
No, I'm evading. Well, I mean, I'm not picking the side based on the attack animation, because that's too hard. I make a decision on that one.
Yeah.
Where what I make a
Right.
decision based off of is my frames. So I know when I'm -5 or -7. Specifically when you're blocking my moves. When I'm blocking when I'm being hit by your stuff, I don't always know exactly. I know like when I get counter hit elbowed or counter hit 2P, I know what those are. But typically you don't go for those moves after counter hit those attacks. You go for other stuff. So specifically, you tended to use these attacks when you were blocking one of my moves. And in those frames, I know 100%. And I know roughly how fast your moves are. And those half circulars are too slow to hit me if I go the wrong way, if I cancel. So I would just dash cancel.
Okay, I think I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. Okay.
So it was a read, but
Yeah.
like it was a read with a heavily weighted deck where I'm like, I can do this and it doesn't matter. Like if I get it, I get to punish him super hard. If I don't get it, I just I get to block it and then I get frames.
I understand.
Yeah.
You're just using a. Understood. That makes more sense.
I'm using a what?
No, it makes sense. I get it now. Okay.
Yeah.
So much. It makes a lot.
Yeah. I wouldn't even say it's a side project. I think this is a direct result of the first point of using your frames more efficiently, because I noticed that it's like, oh, he's not using his frames. Okay, cool. I can do whatever I want. I can evade his impunity in these specific situations. So like I'm hyper specific about like situations and what options are available to me in those specific moments. That specific range, that specific ring positioning, all those things matter because everything can change based off of that. So I'm tracking that and tracking you and tracking myself and tracking everything else. So it's a lot to keep track of. So it can be overwhelming. But yeah.
And it me why sweep was working quite a bit until you started punishing it. But yeah.
Yeah, it was working a lot.
Yeah.
But it's good. The sweep is good there. I guess I blocked it enough that you didn't want to use it.
Well, it was working a lot for the first half of the session, right? And then you did start to punish it like a lot, right? Because I was doing a lot of sweep and a lot of throw to deal with this. But again, and then you solved the throw. You punished the throw. But in the beginning, from the start, the whole session, you punished the throw because of the ring out situation. But then in the last half of the session, you were punishing the throws like out in the open because you understood why I was doing it. And so yeah, it's really good stuff. And you were using that you were applying the read as a way to, as a plan of attack, which is how you're supposed to do it. And so I really appreciate, this is incredibly productive for me. And this is actually, I will be working on these a lot. Thanks so much.
Yeah,
I'll be
I'm
working
glad.
on.
These are hard things. Like what we're doing is hard. What we're doing together here is hard. Like, I know this time I got frustrated with you, and so I was getting frustrated, and I'm sorry I get frustrated sometimes, because I don't always get frustrated, but I did today. So, and so I'm glad we were able to kind of talk it out.
Yeah, that's also. I'm sorry about that too. That's it's both of us, and at this, I'm glad that we resolved that. We understand it better, And I'm also, and for the sake of training, I appreciate, for better or worse, I appreciate the training under fighting while heated.
Yes.
So, that
Yes.
is something that I always want to improve, and I think I do better nowadays than I did 10 years ago. But we still want to improve it, and but of course, the wounds, they do bruise, they do hurt, for a while, right? And but at the same time, we know that we can get past it in a sense, or at least that we can move forward, right? And at the same time, I appreciate the opportunity taken to say, hey, I would like to resolve this right now. And at the same time, I really appreciate your breakdown, because it really, I don't think I would have I don't think I would have taken nearly as many lessons without this discussion. It makes a lot of sense, and as you were suggesting, the whole combination, it's like there's a whole systemic aspect of this in my gameplay that is basically saying you need to, but it's not. But if you just told me you need to use the phrase better, that's not really clear, right? And so you gave me a really, and I appreciate it so much, because a lot of times we don't get that from these things even. But to have that full explanation, it's why I'm so grateful for both your friendship, and I'm so grateful for your patience, and I'm really, really grateful for your analytical ability. So, that to understand, and that you also through the match was testing it, and with 3 sets you were able to see it, like to really form it together and make it clear to me what's going on.
And I'm so glad I could do that.
So,
And that's what makes this hard. That's what makes what we're doing hard, because and why I think a lot of training partners or players who play together to get better or to help each other grow have a hard time growing, because like when I was getting frustrated with the comment about like the black, I'm going to keep going back to that because it was an endemic of what happened later on. It was an example in our conversation with our words of what the conversation in the game was, and so
it was.
which is right, exactly. So like after that conversation, it's like okay, cool. He's gonna keep doing this. Got it. I'm just gonna blow him up for it. Okay, like I get it now. Like it's fine. But then other things can happen and all that other stuff. So yeah, that's the risky thing. It became really clear to me that you don't understand why you're being risky necessarily, or like what you're doing specifically that is risky, and how those actions have downstream effects on other reads that now become way more risky for you because you're not doing other things that you shouldn't be doing, but now you have to because of the way you're playing in situations like what I just described. Like, you block an elbow, your elbow gets blocked, and you do an uppercut, and like that's one of your mixes that you are depending on working. And once that stops working, you might try something similar to that in other situations. But you adapt faster when it comes to like your back PP. When I start blocking that or stopping my attacks and not canceling, you stop that pretty quickly. But there's certain things like 8KK, you don't stop that very quickly. Granted, it's hard to punish, and you have a good mix around it. So like that's why I didn't bring it up. I won't bring up things that I'm like, that might be a good mix. Maybe you should keep doing that. Okay, I'll only bring up things that I think might be getting you killed.
Yeah.
But that's hard.
Well, okay, yeah.
This is the hard part.
Completely. Well, what I will say to add to your point earlier about AKK, because it's big and it represents what we talked about today. 8K is it's a really good move, but it's a risky move, right?
Yeah.
That encourages a Leon player to use it as a Bare, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's really a Nitaka. Now, here's the problem: when used improperly, or when egregiously used against the frames, let's say it that way. There's a good time to use it against the frames when the opponent's being too predictable with lows, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when used egregiously outside of the frames, the problem is as you have your ECD becomes really powerful, right? Because 8K kind of sucks if it gets blocked, and it really sucks if it gets evaded. It's horribly sucks when it gets evaded. And if you're able to cover the other direction, if you're able to ECD towards Leon's backside but cover all of his front-facing options with the ECD defense, then suddenly the chance of now this 8K becomes a liability, because this 8K is going to definitely come out. And you evade launched it, right? If I remember correctly.
Maybe a couple of times. The hard part with your 8K is that you have a follow-up, and like I don't always evade it right on cue. So I'm typically hesitant to launch you after that because I don't always know exactly how much time I have to hit press a button. So I tend to sometimes wait unless I'm really sure.
And I think that's 1000% the way to do it because I do think that 8K is a move where people shouldn't do the follow-up in general, but they should do the follow-up when they see the opponent basically, blocking and try to punish, right? Or evade and punish, But then it's gonna lose to a low because that second kick is a high, and it's gonna lose to 4-6P, It's gonna lose to a lot of things. So it's like, but
it won't lose to 4-6P.
Is just
4-6P is really slow. 4-6P is slower than your 8K. Your 8K is like 18 frames, right?
Yeah, but
I think, or is it?
Yeah, well, it's hitting another Leon. If Leon recognized that he's defended 8K, he should just 4P. Like he can just 4P for free to do something else, I'm sure, but again, he can also just punish and do 2KK. But then that Leon just has to block and defend. But either 8K does suck if he gets evaded. The proper use of the frames is what's important here, and understanding that even if a move is already risky, it's just that much more risky when you're ignoring the frames.
Yeah. And what makes moves like Eileen's shoulder or 4-6P. Oh, 4-6P. I want to tell you one more thing about 4-6P that you should know. So my 4-6P doesn't go under your 12-frame jab. I'm like 85% sure this is the number
jab.
from -7. So if I'm -7, I'm fairly certain you will be able to jab me out of it. It's either, and I know -6 I'm safe. -7 I'm not. -8 I'm definitely not against your jab. So your jab is still an option for you if you think I'm going to do that particular move. Now there are other high crosses I could be using, like my 1P plus K. However, because of the frequency in which you tend to use your 8K from Nataku, I'm hesitant to make that choice. So, but like, I just want you to know, like that's there for you to jab me out of if you have that read on me. And I try not to do it when I think you can hit me out of it, but it's, you should know. It's not as strong as you think.
Really quick question.
Yeah.
This last one, but I think in the sequence, I think it was one of the uppercuts into quarter circle back, into the high. No, not that one. Into the back step. What's the back step option again?
Quarter circle back P.
But I think when you do. So when you do the back step, I think the funny thing was how after the back step low kick, the low kicking back step. Sorry. I think there were certain situations where I found that jab just works there. But of course, jab is just really risky against a canceling Eileen. So,
Yeah, but you're right. You can... so her hop back is not very good if you choose to attack me from a lot of situations. There are some situations where you can't jab me out of it, but there are a lot of them where you can. So... But you have to know I'm gonna backstep. You can't really react to it. So it's go ahead.
That's a very. I think it is a very narrow read, and there's a lot of better options because the lack of versatility of jab in that situation.
I mean, how bad is jab really? Think about it. It's not as bad as you might think. So let's say, same situation, 3P. You've blocked it. You jab me. So what happens? What am I going to do? I get a follow-up. Okay, well, the follow-up there actually would hurt you pretty bad because I can launch you. That's a launch for you. Other character. Okay, you're like the one character that I get a combo off of that. Like maybe one or two other characters. So, which is part of why I'm using it so much. But let's just throw that off the table. Okay, I just say it doesn't do that. It's a different cancel spot. Like my that double-handed move I do in Oki all the time. It's how you block that. And I decide to cancel
Right.
into core circle forward, core circle back P. If you try to jab me out of that, I get a counter hit. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but you're in Nitaku, so I get to run a mix. Okay, fine. If you jab me out of my Zenk flip, you get a combo, a full combo. If you jab me out of that hop back, I'm airborne. You can combo me. So if you make an aggressive read there, it can be in your favor, unless I do my core circle back kick, which is that low kick to your shins. I get a counter hit and I get a combo. But I'm super unsafe there, and like, if you just block that once or twice, I'm like super dead. So, if I'm feeling risky, then I might do that. But block's a more efficient answer than jab. But jab would work sometimes. Basically, your jab is pretty good.
I was just surprised, but then again, I try not to do jab in that situation actually, because for all the reasons where it's like, the reward here is just so not much, except for when you flip in the air, but defending and waiting can still yield the punish of the flip in the air, so it's like, but this is great. It's a lot to, this is wonderful. So thank you very much again. And it's always good when it's a humbling session. Not always the easiest to take in, but it's always the best medicine, and I appreciate it so much.
You're welcome. And it's like I kind of said a couple times now. This is hard, for me too, because like I've been dealing with you long enough now that I kind of have a sense of like how you respond to things. I don't always know though, but like it's these things are hard to tell a player, like to tell a colleague, to tell a peer.
Yeah.
Because like you're basically telling a person to kind of revamp their entire way of approaching something, and that can be hard to hear. It can be hard to say. It's difficult on all fronts. So I also commend you for being able to like hear that and like take the feedback in, absorb it. Applying it's a whole different story, but like takes time to apply, it takes time to integrate and all that jazz. But you're getting a lot to deal with at once.
I am. But they're all great, and as I've told everybody ever since we've been training, like I've been seeing improvements in my play, like a lot, and in different dynamics. Now, Virtua Fighter is a game where the results will take a while to manifest, because while you're developing either new skill sets or new applications, sometimes you're going to take a hit on performance, but that's because you're trying to do something like. That is, you're trying to rebuild your plan sometimes, and sometimes just trying to integrate, And I think it's gradual, but like even stuff like near the wall, I think I'm integrating better stuff now. I think.
Yes, you are.
Now you're starting to hockey a bit. Now, of course, it's going to be aggressive while I try to figure out where to put it, but it also has to adjust to the fact that you're not going to play the same way the whole match. So I got to like figure it out. Like how do I make those conditions a little more consistent? And that requires, again, a sense and reading similar to like what you are playing. But I've been enjoying that. I feel like I'm getting a better sense and reading of the situations. Yeah. Not as sharp as yours, but I think like it's improving. It's definitely been improving. Part of it's also obviously is a comfort with fighting your Eileen, but again, but then we get to the real meat and bones of core improvement, which is, okay, well now you're comfortable, but can you pick the right options and can you pick a better plan? And that's what you're helping me work on so much now.
It's the hardest part.
It's really hard. Well,
It's the hardest part.
Right? Like, I think we should. But this is your journey a few years ago. right? You went on this journey
Yep.
during Final Show, right?
Yep. Yeah, I've had
And
these
so,
exact same conversations with Adam, Denkai, Rodney, even Chief Flash many moons ago. So
yeah,
this is a conversation that I was fortunate to have players to give me GT2. GT's advice is often pretty trash, so I must say. I will rib you, GT, on that. Your advice is very poor. You're very non-specific and it's almost not useful. But I appreciate you nonetheless. Okay. But Nero's also gets really good advice as well. I think what makes good advice or good tips or good like feedback is specificity. Of being able to say, this is where you're messing up.
I don't know, like I do like GT's advice, but I agree that in the sense that I don't agree it's trash. What I would say though is that it can be very cryptic, it's like loaded, and it's like he's saying it in a very few words as possible way, And so,
Yeah.
and so for you, like you're saying, it's like, well, we need details, and like today, you gave me a very detailed answer. And Virtua Fighter sometimes requires the player to kind of. A lot of stuff has to do with the system.
Yes.
And that's why the answer tends to be systemic, right? like Tekken, we can say, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, you're not with punishing that well. You actually didn't like that, and so your opponent just knew that, so they knew that they can do this, right? And it's got a more linear path until you get to the insanely high level stuff, right? But then Ling is like a VF character in Tekken.
Yeah,
because Ling can make.
Yeah, a lot of VF players seems to play like it seems like to me like a lot of VF players like Ling, so I think she's like the VF character I think Dragunov really is the VF character because he can enforce Nitaku, but Ling is the other VF character.
I do think I was like surprised the VF playing Dragunov,
Yeah, because he's really just Nitaku the character, and it's oppressive. But I don't like his aesthetic, so I don't play him.
He creeps me out just watching.
Yeah, I don't like the way he looks. I'm like,
this is
look at this guy. He's scary.
Like this guy cringe,
Yeah, no, totally.
But yeah, I will let you get to the Tekken because because I know that you've got a Tekken audience right now too, and
I've gotten
and
like
really
200 subs in the past like 2 weeks from Tekken. It's wild. People love Tekken. I am blown away. And some of them are coming to watch VF now. So I'm glad to see you guys on both sides. I'm transferring them over. I'm converting them slowly but surely, one stream at a time.
Yeah, people love both, and but I'll admit, Tekken, like those little progresses feel so fun. They're very exciting, right? Just core basics, simple things. An on react guard like throw break feels so good, right? Mm-hmm. Those tiny whiff punishes feel so good. When a player just simply ducks and launch, feels so good. Yeah. And it looks cool too. I think that's what Tekken is really like strong at.
Yes.
And it makes all these little applications of skill just really fun and satisfying. VF, it's fun and satisfying, but it's a different thing. It's a full sequence that we're enjoying as a VF player, but it's harder to explain to a beginner what that is, or why we're so excited about these built, right? But then when you play Tekken, it's like everything that a player does that is some form of skill is feels very exciting in that game.
Totally. Yeah. No. It's the tools in that game are so potent. I was thinking about that. As I was playing this week, I'm like, what is it I was trying to say? I'm like, it's the potency. There's some tools in that game that are just straight up broken until you learn to punish them, and then they become like nothing, and you never see them again. And in VF, every move is pretty useful.
Yeah.
Like everything is balanced, basically. That's not the case in Tekken.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Tekken has some bullshit that's like just totally imbalanced, and you just don't have that in our game.
Well, it's like in. I'll make this quick and I'll end it because I
Yeah,
know like I really want you to get to your
Thank you.
Tekken, but on VF, I would compare it as like the game of Go, where there's all these little things to think about, and there's a lot of give and take, and there's a lot of changing your options because of your opponent.
Yeah.
So it's really dynamic for a layman to follow, you know.
Yep.
Tech is kind of more like, you know, like this super exciting kind of like chess, because you're taking pieces off the board. You're like, your opponent can punish that. Okay, that move. You know, like you to reopen stuff is a little harder, and so a lot of pieces get taken off the board pretty quick in Tekken. The higher level you go, you know.
In our game, they stay on the board.
They do, right? Like really slow attacks in VF. It's really scary when they use them. Go ahead.
Yeah, I like that's part of what I like about our game. You know, it's that like all of our tools are utilized. We get to utilize all of our tools, and at like all the levels. While in Tekken, you get to utilize certain tools at lower levels, certain tools at mid levels, and then at the later levels, you get to use tools that are more VF-like, effectively. If you're playing like a top-level player would, or making top-level player choices at a lower level, you have to play very cleanly and already understand a lot of other stuff in order to really effectively apply it. So there's a lot more pressure on you at the lower levels if you're trying to play like a top-level player without that skill set yet. While in VF, you're encouraged to play like a top player all the time. Like at beginning, middle, end, you're always encouraged to play like a top player. You're not punished in the same way for doing dumb shit, basically. Which why I like our game, but probably why people like their game too. So I enjoyed the journey. Thank you again for the sets and discussions. I enjoy them, and I'm gonna swap over to Tekken now. Good night. See you next week.
Have an awesome time.
Bye. It was fun. It's a fun chat. Very heated. We're getting very heated in our discussions now. It's the first time I've ever gotten frustrated on stream. First time I've ever seen that. I was like, oh man, I'm getting pissed. The fuck? Like, oh. Okay. Whew. Let's swap over to Tekken. Did I change the name? Okay, yeah, I changed the stream. That's muted. Boom, boom. So, VF's a bit more forgiving in that. It's very forgiving in that aspect. Very forgiving.